So, some of you know, some of you don't, but basically, I have been trying to figure out what am I going to do with myself? Where do I want to put this content? Not realizing all this time what was like next after like the little release fear and limitations, okay? Like, just take that leap, which I know a lot of other people want to take the leap, and they're like, can you help me take that leap? And I'm like, yeah, sure, but I don't know where I want to put it because I didn't want to put it on the Bridget Rao channel because I know that there's people there that came there for not that reason, and it doesn't matter how much your logical mind knows that, like, oh, people unsubscribing and don't like it still hits you in your little ego, so, okay? But the Divine Essentials channel literally is like people came there for healing and learning how to be a healer and all of those things. So, like, why would I go make another channel where there's like 15,000? That's just like the stupid shit that does up here. Like, oh, let me just make it way harder, Bridget. Let's start from zero. And then I look and I'm like, oh, some of the other things that are here is like educate, grow, practice, experience, barter, trade, okay? Literally saw somebody ask me about bartering and things like that. Connecting with, like, your mission and sharing and like how to do an activation, how to receive an activation, how to do that for other people, and like, setting up shit, doing it in person, doing it out there. Ba-ba-ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Oh my god. This thing, Alcyon Light Healing, okay? I know it was supposed to be a quick boom boom. Life hack, that's what it's all about, man. If you're there, you get it, you understand. If you're not, you don't. I don't know. I don't know. But, like, literally, this whole thing has aligned specifically for me and, like, the whole way through. Every little test, every little mountain, every little hurdle. It's right there. The way that this thing has tied into my life, like, I don't even realize, because, like, okay, when I channel, I channel. When I connect to spirit, I connect to spirit. I don't always remember everything that they tell me, like consciously, like it's up there, but it's like rolling around with a bunch of other shit. And then life comes in and it's like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna kick your ass. It was supposed to be a year-long thing anyway. It wasn't ever gonna be like a boom, bang, done, here we go. But it's definitely been really, 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 really weird and synchronistic and aligned with just more and more synchronicity and like alignment and like just knew it coming in. 5 years ago, I went live to share a despacho ceremony and like a ritual and all of that because it's the equinox. So today, I've been getting that push that's been happening for a while from spirit, like random weird times, like go live, go live. So I was like, I don't know what did I do? I don't know what I did last. It may just be the bonus ones, the third eyes, seeing with our ancient eyes. Whatever it is, it's not long after that we start getting into that, yeah, follow your inner guidance to deliver to others. Oh my god. It's always so weird, like literally, I just I don't know, but I do know, but I don't know. This is what I try to tell people when they're like, how do you know? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm weird. I don't know what I know that I know, but then I do know later, and I'm like, oh, sometimes I know, like, it just depends on what it is. Like, I can read people just from observations and, having to do that in my life for, like, survival instinct. But yeah, 8 years ago today, I got my new paradigm certificate, the first one. I went live on my Facebook 5 years ago for an equinox, like, despacho ceremony, and that was the first thing I ever grew to a big number of people following it and like supporting it. But I actually started it because of that 8 year ago certificate. It used to be called New Paradigm. Now it's called Divine Essentials, or Bridget Rao Divine Essentials on Facebook, and I think there's like 13,000 people all together there. But that was like my main thing for a while because I was so busy with everybody else. But I have tactics as to how I got it to be that, and I got tactics on how to like best utilize Facebook as a whole, and many different things that you can do there. Like, and I have a lot of different places there that I could even utilize in just having one of the things be, good. But you gotta find where you want to go and all of that. But basically, find your niche, like all of the business type things, like getting into that is like the next part. So, I don't know if anybody remembers, way back at the beginning of Alcyon Light Healing when I was like, I'm going to be going on this process with you too. I'm going to be healing with you as well. Well, yeah, that's pretty much true. Here, we see. It's tied. It's all connected, okay? Nobody's perfect. I feel like it's like, hey guys, look, it's all right. Just do. And if you fall, get back up, wipe yourself off, figure it out, pay attention to your own stuff a little bit, because, if you have a lot of people that, like, are coming to you for help and support, guidance, or you just kind of have, like, a connection to spirit and a lot of synchronicity, then you already have way more than the majority of the world does, or even pays attention to support you and guide you on the way. I know people get upset or like triggered or they're, oh my god, by things that happen with social media and all of that. Unfortunately, in this day and age, it's like if you want a successful business, you've got to have a presence online or something that's like, advertising you. So I don't pay for ads. I don't pay for people to click or any of that stuff. I probably should in some sense for some things because it is a thing that you can utilize if you want to go that route. That's just like one of the one places I've never looked into because I was starting from zero, ground level, boom, nothing, had no money, had no way to do that stuff. So my way was like, all right, we're gonna find our way around all of the ways that they want us to pay, and I did, and I got here. Maybe it was my inner knowing, but I was always just like, all right, like if this thing exists, or my brain would have an idea, I would be like, well, somebody else must have thought of this too. And I've pretty much always been able to like kind of hit on something. The times that I didn't, I was like, well, we'll store that over here for the good idea pile of like maybe that's something I should bring into the world because nobody has. But the other times, there was always a thing that was like connected there, and oftentimes free or a way to do it for free for not long enough time that you don't have to really like, worry about it. Like when there's trials and stuff, it just depends on what it is. I guess we'll have to, cross those roads as we come to them. It's hard too because like those roads are roads that I crossed a long time ago, but there was a part of me that was like, maybe I should start back at like zero, like a whole new channel to like help other people starting their shit to get, the bit boot. So I guess I could kind of do that, but another thing that is a possibility in the realm of all things is that I made a YouTube for Starseed Shaman podcast, but I haven't posted anything on it. I have plenty of podcast episodes that I could put on it, and I could use it as like a, hey guys, let's like, for instance. And actually, I would be starting at a good place with it because I have enough of them right now that I could be doing like a consistent thing with it so that it's like, like not every day. And you don't have to do every day. You can do consistent. What is consistent? Like when I started the Divine Essentials channel, it was one a week for the Moon Key, and then like random things that I would throw in there extra for other stuff that I was just like guided to do by my spirits, my teams, and whatever my soul felt like doing. And it grew to 15,000, which is a lot for one you're not trying to grow. Granted, I did have, other places established that like could work, but there's a lot of people that have no idea about it. They just find it on their own. So basically, I was gonna ask people for their opinions and poll audiences and all of that, and like, I don't know. I've had like this thing with the Bridget channel for a while where it's like I just don't know what to do there anymore because I know that the majority or the masses that are there really don't want. I don't know what they want, actually. I should just ask them instead of assuming, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. But I have, almost like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the place. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't help my brain. My brain's like, let's start fresh, all new, all the time. And that's kind of like an issue with me that I know I've had to like work on to not do that. And I know other people have that. Like, I'll just start again. I'm going to start again. I'm just start again. It's like, no. I had to yell at a person that I'm close with. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it takes a long time to build, and you need people to be seeing your stuff. You can't everybody out because it's like, what the hell? So I should take my own advice. I laugh at myself a lot too because I'm like, I know I'm a fucking weirdo and I don't care, Like, clearly it works for me. But, yeah. And one thing I shared with someone earlier who I know is also like interested in learning and growing their business and being a spiritual healer and all of that. I had almost shared it on my stories, but like I also suffer from what I was sharing with her. Okay, it's like, yeah, sometimes you're gonna share stuff and people might not like it, or they may not comment on it, or they may not share it, or they may not give you the response that you would like, get your little ooh about. But the thing that does get that the most usually, which I've noticed, maybe it's just because of the types of contents that I put out there, and I'm not, pointing fingers at anybody or trying to make anybody feel a certain way or whatever. It's just that, like, if it's an ego-related booster, you will get the ego-related boost back. But if it's like, save the world, people are like, eh. So it makes it hard for you sometimes to put content out there that you know may not get the results, but is what you would like to say or share and be authentic and real. Like me right now, I'm not, no makeup, messy hair, like in my robe, like messy stuff. And, it's like, whatever. Like, I can't be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want people to like a fake me. So try to be you is the best thing you could do. That way you don't build an audience of people that you may end up like not even liking them because you're like, oh, they're not like me. Build the people up who are going to be like you. And the best way to do that is to just be you and put it out there authentically and vulnerably as best as you can. So basically, the thing I shared to my person earlier was a post that had 111 views, like when I pulled up the thing to see it, and 4 likes and 1 save. And a lot of times, like, if I go look at that, I'll see there's more saves, which is actually better for you than a like. Okay, so like all of those things on Instagram, they like come with weight behind them. A like isn't as great as a comment, and a comment isn't as powerful as a share. And a share is not as good as a save. So you want people to save that shit. The whole idea behind all of it is to keep people on the apps, whatever apps they are. It's like keep them there, entertain them, educate them, whatever you got to do. But they want you to keep them there, or engage with them. Now there's controversy over the engaging. Okay, like some people they say stick around for an hour after you post so you can talk to every person that comments on your thing. Other people say no, 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 no. Wait till the next time you post, and then comment to the people that have posted, because that brings them back to you again and it puts your stuff there again, so it's like you keep your people engaged with your things consistently. All right, well, I feel like it really don't matter either way. Just try to balance it. They also like emphasize on messages, and as an empath and as an introvert, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I tried to do it. I can't do it. People take advantage of the empathy heart, and I can't do that. Not everybody. I always get people that are awesome people, love everybody for the most part. But then there's some people in there that just don't have, like, I don't know what it is. Like, they flat out be like, I want a free reading. Or they come and they tell you a sad story, and it's like, and it's like, and I don't get short little tiny messages a lot of times. I get like really long ones, which some of them are good, some of them are high vibes, and they're not asking for anything. They're just like, thank you so much, blah, 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 about something that I've done, which is awesome, great. But the other people that are mixed in there, it's like it's a never-ending story, and it's a never-ending thing that it's like once you go in, you never come out, and it's like, oh my god, because I fucking feel bad, and I can't do that, or I'll die. I won't have any other time. If you see my inboxes, you'd be like, oh my fucking god, I understand, because they're not just on one place. They're everywhere. And it's like, overload. One of the things that is, they say is like, be either teaching or like entertaining or educating. Like people, they, like education, entertainment. I think there's like 3 E's they say. It's like if it's not educational, entertaining, or something like that, then like it's probably not gonna get, unless you're like an influencer who's like, oh my god, I got today's best thing, oh my god, that may not matter so much. I'm like, elevate. If you're not gonna elevate the people, like, boost them up, then they may not like it, but sometimes, with I'm a black sheep, man. Always going to be the black sheep. Sometimes I'm going to trigger people. Sometimes I'm going to piss people off. Sometimes I'm going to educate them, entertain them, elevate them, and trigger the fat of them at the same time. I don't know. I just do what I've guided to do by the peoples up there in the light bulbs in the night sky that have come into my world and made it weird. If you told me I'd be doing this in 2011 before I woke up, I'd be like, but here I am. So this is Divine Essentials channel, Bridget Rao channel. I think the only reason it's hung on this long is because it had so many numbers. but it's gone down from like over 50,000. The two Pleiadians are just ones that I worked with other people on. Be Creatively You was the first website that I ever made. It was supposed to be like, oh, all the things that make you you. Be Creatively You. My poems, my art, my work, my, little stories and things. Starseed Shaman podcast, I made that recently, and that's what I was talking about. I could use as like a, for instance, open to your opinion on the matter. In Renee, namaste.